Unmute yourself, Judge.
Okay, I'm unmuted.
Okay. So what I could do is I can bring everybody over. You can swear them all in, and then I'll put everybody back.
Okay, thank you.
Like that, like you.
Okay, everybody, this is Savannah from JP4. I'm having everyone sent over to the virtual courtroom so that the judge can swear everybody in, and then I'll move you all back over to the waiting room except for the case that we're going to hear first. So if you can all just remain on mute or keep your background noise to a minimum or non-existent for us, okay?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
My name is Pino. I'm Justice of the Peace here in Precinct 4, and we're going to proceed with evictions this morning. First of all, I'm going to swear all plaintiffs and defendants in. If you will please raise your right hand to be sworn in this morning. No? Okay. You solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
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 Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Okay, wait one moment for me. I'm going to put everybody back over in the waiting room. And like I said prior, you will be sent back over when it's time to hear your case.
Okay.
Okay, Judge, the first case that we have today is case number 436. It is Ralph E. Poole evicting a Kimberly Rogers. I do not have Kimberly Rogers appearing today. Mr. Nebb is representing the plaintiffs.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, Mr. Nebb. Let's see. You are seeking to evict Kimberly Rogers and Kaylee Rogers and all other occupants from 4809 Kemper Street. Is that correct?
Correct, sir.
And I am not showing a monthly rent amount. How much is the monthly rent?
We attached the lease. The monthly rent is $1,300 per month.
Okay, 1,300. And on what grounds are you seeking the eviction this morning?
Non-payment of rent, sir.
Non-payment, okay. And how much in unpaid rent are you seeking?
Well, we pled for $5,400 in unpaid rent. Since then, the calendar page has turned, and we've got January. So we would like judgment for $6,700 in unpaid rent.
6,700, okay. And is there any possibility of a CDC declaration being filed here?
No, Judge. No, Judge. I did file my appropriate affidavit, and the property does not meet any of the qualifications as well.
Okay. Have you looked at the Texas eviction program diversion? Is there any possibility that that might be a way around this?
I do not believe so, Judge. And also, the tenants have vacated the premises.
I see.
They vacated the premises at about the same time that the citation was served. So although we're asking for a money judgment plus $750 attorney's fees, really needing judgment for possession.
I see. Okay. Okay. Have to go through all of that to meet all the requirements under the Supreme Court rulings. And So it
Sure.
appears that we can proceed with this as is. Let's see, then I'm going to give the plaintiff possession and a judgment in the amount of $6,700 plus the $223 of court costs. And bond for appeal will be set at 1 month's rent, $1,300.
Judge, may we get judgment for attorney's fees as well?
Yes.
$750,
Yes, what you're requesting, how much?
$750, sir,
Okay,
which is, we believe, usual and customary and reasonable and necessary for an eviction in Lubbock County.
okay, let me record this. Then the court is awarding $750 in attorney's fees also, and possession of the property. Bond is set at the $1,300. And that is signed today, January 19th, 2021. Wrote down that. Okay, there we are. And let's see. Okay. Then, do we have anything further this morning, Mr. Ned?
No, thank you, Judge. That covers everything.
Okay, then that is finalized today, January 19th. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. May I be excused, sir?
Yes, you may be excused.
Thank you.
Okay, the next one is going to be case number 415.
Okay,
I'm going to go ahead and bring over Christy from the Canyon Apartments. Now this is also supposed to be an Aubrey. Her name's on the judgment. I'm not quite sure what her last name is, but she got an attorney and they did file a CDC declaration.
okay.
They were notified of this court date, so I don't know why they wouldn't be in here.
And Aubrey's actually being evicted not for past due rent. She's being evicted for damages to the property and lease violations.
Hello, this is Christy and you're representing Canyon?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and let's see here. You are seeking to evict.
Christy, on the petition, they put unpaid rent. They didn't put anything about other grounds for lease violations.
We've left notices on Aubrey's door. She doesn't ever answer or reply. I have no working phone number for her. She has been contacted several times. I also have, a text message since back in October showing that, there was a major issue with her apartment, with pet
Okay.
feces and
At this
urine.
point, it'll just be up to the judge, because on the petition was filed for unpaid rent as grounds for eviction. It wasn't filed as other grounds as far as lease violations and damages and things like that. So it's just going to be the judge's call, since she did file a CDC declaration. So I'll just let him take it from here.
Thank you.
Okay, ma'am, the petition does say back rent. And based on the petition, which is what I have to go on,
Yes, sir.
the CDC declaration would abate this until after January 31st. What is the monthly amount of rent?
Aubrey's monthly amount of rent is 700 and, well, hold on just 1 second. I'm so sorry. 665.
665 is the monthly rent. Okay.
665, yes, sir.
Okay. And the amount that you're seeking currently in back rent? I'm just going on, do you want to modify the petition or not? Because you will be able to hear the case after January 31st. We will be able to hear the case after January 31st, and you may modify it at that point in time. So you may just leave the petition the same. But based on the petition, I have to go by that and the CDC declaration that has been filed. And so we are abating this until after January 31st, pending, of course, any further notifications of changes in the moratorium.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm marking here that it's a CDC, and had other reasons been filed on the petition and not for back rent, it's possible that, I would have actually been able to hear the case at that point in time.
Okay. Thank you, Ann.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, the next one is going to be case 427.
All right.
I've got Sydney Patrick, and she is here for Rosebell Korea. Her company represents the plaintiff, and I do not have a defendant in this case. Sydney, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and let the judge take it from here.
Okay.
Okay, Miss Patrick, and let's see. You are seeking to evict, interesting name, Foek Grisby and Barbara Grisby?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and all other occupants from 1802 Elkhart Unit D.
Correct.
And you are representing Rosabelle Correa, or Rosbell Correa?
Yes, sir. Rossbell. Yes, sir.
Rosbell Correa. Okay. On what grounds are you seeking the eviction this morning?
We have a lease violation for uncleanliness, and we also sent a notice to vacate back on December 1st of 2020. We had it on the notice effective the 4th. We believe he is already out of the property because the electricity has been off since the beginning of December, but we're not sure because he still has some stuff in the unit.
I see.
So we were trying to get possession.
Okay. And the grounds for the eviction were a violation of contract, or
Yes, sir.
other than rent? Is that other than back rent, or
We are not asking for rent. No.
you're not asking? You're asking for a $0 judgment then?
Other than court fees.
You're just asking for the court fees. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm putting a $0 judgment with the court fees. Setting bond at $675, 1 month's rent, and You're not aware of any CDC declaration filing?
He has,
or
no,
or expect any of that? Okay.
no.
Then I am giving you possession, proceeding with the eviction. And again, $0 judgment plus the $223 of court costs. And
Yes.
bond is set at the $675. And that is signed today, January 19th, 2021.
Okay.
Thank you very much, and you may be
Thank
dismissed.
you.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Next one is, what is that? 427. So the next one is, we're gonna save that one for last. We'll do Wayne Backus, case number 437. Rose, can you get the door?
Hello, Mr. Backus. Will you unmute yourself, please? There we
Yes,
go.
sir.
Thank you.
And I do not have a defendant in this case today.
No defendant. Okay. Mr. Backus, you are representing 32S, is that SII LLC?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Gabriel, you're seeking to evict Gabriel Villarreal and Ronaldo Aguilar
Yes, sir.
from 1902 Kiwani Avenue. On what grounds are you seeking the eviction this morning?
Unpaid rent.
Unpaid rent, okay. And I'm showing a monthly rent of $500. How much are you seeking in back rent?
$1,000.
$1,000, okay. And you're not aware of any CDC declaration
Correct.
having been filed? Okay.
Correct.
And the defendants have not chosen to appear this morning. Let me just check. Let me just check again here. Okay, then we can proceed with this as is. Are you aware of the Texas Eviction Diversion Program?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and there's no possibility of working anything out with that?
No, sir. I mean, they've been impossible to communicate with.
Have they? Okay. Okay. Then we will proceed with this. The judgment will be for $1,000 plus the court costs of $223. Bond is set at 1 month's rent, $500. And that is finalized today, January 12th, 2021. Do we have any further business this morning?
No, sir. That's all.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And we are done.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Now we have Coronado Crossing. I've got Melissa Rains from Coronado Crossing. It's going to be against an Anastasia Bell, case number 438. And there is no Anastasia Bell that has appeared this morning.
Okay.
And Melissa, if you can go ahead and unmute yourself, the judge will take it from here.
There we go.
Good morning, Melissa.
Good morning.
Okay, you are seeking to evict from Coronado Crossing Anastasia Bell and all other occupants from 3333 Toledo Avenue, Unit B207.
Yes.
Okay, and on what grounds are you seeking the eviction this morning?
Non-payment of rent?
Non-payment of rent. Has any CDC declaration been filed, or are you aware of any?
No, sir.
Is there a possibility that one might be filed?
No, sir.
Okay. Are you familiar with the Texas diversion program?
No.
Okay, that is something that I would recommend that you look into. It is a program that can provide landlords with payment for rent since April of 2020, and it requires the tenant, of course, to be involved in it, and there are income requirements. You'd need to look at that.
Okay.
But I'm trying to let everyone, every landlord and every defendant know that about the program, so that we can look at that. We need to obviously look at that at the eviction hearing, but I'm going to proceed with the eviction this morning based on nothing having been filed and no attempt. Now, how much in back rent are you? I'm showing a $599 monthly rent. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And how much in back rent are you seeking?
For November and December, which is $11.98.
$11.98. Okay.
And I was going to add January to that total.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you're talking about 16 or 7. Well, how much?
$17.97.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. $17.97. Okay. And bond is set at $599. Okay, and I've signed that today, January 12th, 2021.
Okay.
Do we have anything further this morning?
No, sir.
Okay, that's good. Well, then, thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye now.
Okay, Judge, the next one is I'm going to bring over Nelda. She is for case number 439. She is representing the plaintiff, John R. and Linda Brady Living Trust. She's representing them, and I do not have a defendant for this case today. Nelda, if you can just go ahead and unmute yourself, then the judge can take it from here.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Let's see. Nelda, you are seeking to evict Elizabeth Brady and all their occupants from 501 North Iola.
Yes, sir.
And you are representing John R. and Linda Brady Living Trust. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I am showing a monthly rent of $1,300. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
And on what grounds are you seeking the eviction?
Non-payment of rent.
Non-payment of rent. And how much are you seeking in back payment?
I would like to amend the petition to add January's rent of $1,300 if I may,
Yes, you may. How
which
much?
would bring that $2,600.
2,600. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And no CDC declaration has been filed. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
And you don't expect one?
No, sir, I do not.
Okay. Unrelated to, this is unrelated to COVID.
Yes, sir, it is. Mhm.
I am granting the eviction this morning, and the judgment will be for $2,600 plus the court costs. Bond is set at $1,300 for appeal. And I have signed that today, January 12th, 2021. Do we have anything further this morning?
No, sir, I think that'll do it for me.
Okay, thank you very much. Have a good
Yes,
day.
sir.
Mhm.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Okay, next one. For the rest of these, I have defendants for all of them.
Okay.
For the first one, we're going to do Christy Grisham is representing Elm Creek Apartments in case number 2021-625000.
Okay.
And I do have a Bradley Williams.
You're gonna exit today, Brad?
Yeah, Loopy, I can't do it.
Mr. Williams, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you're now in the virtual courtroom. Christy, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Make sure that you don't talk over each other. Make sure you keep all background noise to a non-existent so that it doesn't drown out anyone else that's talking, especially when the judge is speaking. And I'm going to go ahead and let him take it from here.
Okay. Christy, you are representing Elm Creek Apartments?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, and you are seeking to evict Bradley Williams and all other occupants from 2610 Milwaukee Avenue, apartment 13B.
Yes.
Okay, and I am showing a monthly rent of $608. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And on what grounds are you seeking the eviction this morning?
To seek back possession of the dwelling.
Are you seeking back rent?
Yes.
And how much in back rent are you seeking?
The current amount owed is $5,378.
$5,378, and that is just back rent alone, no late fees or any other fees.
Correct.
Okay. Mr. Bradley?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Williams? I guess it's Mr. Williams, actually.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Mr. Williams, do you have a defense this morning?
No, Your Honor. I just, no, Your Honor.
Okay. Then I am proceeding with the eviction, and the amount of judgment on this eviction is $5,378. And the bond for appeal is set at $608, 1 month's rent.
Your Honor.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. I didn't hear the amount. I apologize, sir.
The amount of the judgment is for $5,378 plus the court costs. And the bond for appeal is set at $608, 1 month's rent.
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And I am
Yes.
signing this today, January 19th, 2021. Any further questions?
The eviction, Your Honor, will the marshals be here today? I will be out by midnight or early in the morning.
That is good.
That's acceptable, Your Honor.
That is acceptable. You have 5 days, and so that is acceptable.
Well, we're loading up as we speak, sir. So,
I see. Very good. Thank you very much.
okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, if there's nothing else, you may be dismissed.
Thank you.
And Ms. Gresham, you have no further business?
I do not.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Okay, the next one I have Kip Harris. Kip Harris is representing Whatever Works in case number 001.
Okay.
And then we also have, there's a Larry Hutchins and a Melissa Hutchins. Larry Hutchins is actually not able to appear today, but Melissa Hutchins is.
Okay.
Okay, Melissa Hutchins and Kip Harris, if you could just unmute yourself, then we will be able to proceed from here. Just make sure you're not speaking over each other, and make sure that your background noise is at a minimum.
There we go. Ms.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay. Looks like everyone is unmuted this morning. Okay.
Loud and clear.
Okay. And Mr. Harris, you're representing Whatever Works LLC, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You're seeking to evict Larry Hutchins and Melissa Hutchins and all their occupants from 2223 Urbana Place.
Correct.
Okay. And I am showing a monthly rent of $950.
Correct.
On what grounds are you seeking the eviction this morning?
Lack of payment of rent and an expired lease.
Expired lease and lack of payment of rent. Okay. How much in back rent are you seeking?
3 months.
Which would come to $28.50.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and Miss Hutchins,
Yes, sir.
do you have a defense this morning?
I do. He agreed to, okay, 3 months prior to these 3 months, he agreed to accept payment from the city when we got assistance. He also agreed a second time when they told me that I could reapply that he would also accept those payments. He filled out all of the paperwork except he failed to sign the W-9. So therefore, 2 days before I was served papers, the city called me and told me if he would sign the W-9, they would pay 3 months back rent. And the only reason why the lease didn't extend is because we didn't have the rent, but we were in lieu this whole time. So he just got impatient, obviously, because literally 2 days before the constable showed up at my door, the lady called me and told me that all he had to do was sign the W-9, and they would pay 3 months more rent.
Okay. Mr. Harris, how do you respond to this?
I called and I spoke with the lady she wanted me to speak to, and she didn't even need me to sign a W-9. She just needed to confirm that my W-9 was the same time as the last time they used the city to pay their rent. So I confirmed that that was us with Whatever Works LLC. I guess that kind of throws some people off. And so I called and I confirmed it with them, and supposedly that they said that they were going to work with them, but I have not seen or heard anything from them. So according to the city, as of last week, they said that they were going to pay their another 3 months of their rent, supposedly.
Yes, That's the way I understand it as well.
But I have not seen or heard anything from them, and maybe one day we'll get where they can pay rent.
Well, my husband now has a full-time job, so that is a possibility now.
Okay. What was the reason for the loss of your husband's job?
COVID-19, like everything shut down, and he was contracting for Home Depot, and where he would go to people's homes and do any kind of thing that they needed, put together an appliance or build a fence, or I'm like just anything you could think of and not think of. And like when COVID hit, it was like it just completely shut down. Like he wasn't getting anything.
Have you filed a CDC declaration?
Yes, I sent it to the eviction clerk and to my landlord.
Okay. Okay. Then what the CDC declaration does, of course, is it abates this hearing until after January 31st. And what that means is that we will rehear the case after January 31st. That gives you time to hopefully make arrangements with the city, find out what's going on there, and gives you a couple of weeks here to hopefully straighten things out.
Very good.
What we're thinking about doing is we're thinking about going ahead, and since their lease is expired, we're just going to go ahead and sell that property. We have several rental properties, and I think that's one of them we're going to get rid of. And for us selling it, what's going to be the best way about us going ahead and doing that, in your opinion?
What this abatement does after January 31st is that when this comes up, we'll go back. Any back rent that is owed will be on the judgment, of course. And obviously, if you can get payment from the city program, that is better for you. I would simply say we need to revisit this January 31st. Is your time frame you're looking at February for possibly putting the property up for sale, or?
Yeah, I mean, we figured let it warm up a little bit outside to where somebody might actually want to go outside and look at a house.
Right, right. Well, that is reasonable, and so that is also a heads up for Miss Hutchins that property is possibly going to be changing hands at some point in the future, and so plans should probably be made to be looking for another place down the road. But of course, any money that is owed will still be owed after January 31st, and that number will be updated probably another month at least at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Does
I understand. Yeah, that gives me time to try to get him at least the money that we owe. That way we can leave it good. If nothing else, I'd like to just leave it where we don't owe him nothing, and give him back the property. I understand. I figured that was probably the case. I figured he probably wanted to sell it. So we've been looking for a place. We have. So it's not like we're just trying to hold him out, or like we're just not just trying to overstay our welcome. So I am trying to do everything that I can to get him his money and find a new place to live.
Okay, then we will see about meeting again. Hopefully we won't have to meet again in January, but if we do, then we will proceed with this after January 31st.
So would you recommend going? Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ms. Hutchins.
So I was just going to ask. So will there be new paperwork if it need be when January 31st comes around, or?
Yes, you will be notified every CDC declaration that has been filed. We will re-notify each of the defendants and landlords of the hearing date and proceed with that at that point. Okay. And Mr. Harris, you had a question?
I was just gonna say, just from my standpoint, to make sure so I can get the property where I need to, would you recommend me going ahead and filling out another 30-day notice for an eviction for an expired lease? Would you recommend me go ahead and just to get my ducks in a row, or?
Mr. Harris, the judge cannot give any legal advice, sir.
That is correct. And this hearing will automatically occur as is. No further paperwork will need to be filed on this case.
Gotcha. Perfect. That's what I needed. All right. Well, I think I am good to go, and we should have everything settled come next month. It sounds like when the new CDC starts. What, next week? 2 weeks?
Yeah, or after the 31st, right? Mhm. Okay, thank you both. And if there's nothing further this morning, you may all be excused.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Judge, I have one that I need to bring you the judgment for. Somehow it got skipped.
Oh, okay.
But the defendants were served for the 19th and everything, but they're not here. But the landlord is. So first we're going to do case number 002.
Okay. Oh, I know what it was. I have two 01s. That's probably how it got mixed up there.
That's what happens when I print from home.
No, I'll put that.
So it's supposed to be Portofino Apartments against a Sydney Thomas. Portofino Apartments is not here.
Oh, so
we just have the defendant. So I'm going to go ahead and bring over Ms. Thomas, and she's already been sworn in also. And like I said, no, I don't have a Portofino Apartments. I don't have anyone here for them.
Oh, okay. Miss Thomas.
Yes, sir.
Are you current on the rent?
No, I'm not.
You're behind on the rent. Okay.
Yeah, that's the main reason for all of it. I've already moved out of the apartment, but I have a balance.
Okay. Since the plaintiff has not shown up for Portofino Apartments this morning, I'm going to dismiss this, which means that since you are planning to move, there will be no judgment against you based on this. It is
okay,
and that would clear the case this morning. So.
all right, that sounds good.
Okay, then thank you very much for appearing.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Okay, the next one, I'm going to bring it to you. Like I said, the defendants are not here, but we have Linwood Townhomes.
Okay.
Linwood, can you hear me? This is Savannah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Can I have your first name again, please?
Celeste.
Celeste. Okay. I forget that all the time.
No, you're fine.
On with the judge right now. Since you weren't in here earlier, he's going to go ahead and swear you in, and then he'll take the case from there. And this is the one from Sheila Garrett and Zachary Vinson. You did have the other one for Lawson, but like I said, she did a CDC declaration, so that one's just on pause.
Okay.
Okay, Celeste.
Yes, sir.
You have not been sworn in this morning yet.
No, I have not.
Okay. If you will raise your right hand, please, to be sworn in this morning. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. And I hear a little noise in the background. Thank you for quieting that down. It sounds like
yes.
It's just a little difficult on these Zoom hearings when there's.
I know.
Okay, you are seeking to evict Sheila Garrett and Zachary Vinson from 604 Bangor Avenue, Unit A.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're representing Linwood Townhomes. And
Yes, sir.
I am showing a monthly rent of $1,135. Is that correct?
Yes.
And on what grounds are you seeking the eviction this morning?
No payment of rent.
Non-payment of rent. How much in back rent are you seeking?
2,190.
2,190. So a partial payment was made. Or a small-
No partial payment was made. No, they haven't paid.
Okay. And are you aware of any CDC declaration or the possibility of one?
They have not turned anything in. No, sir.
Not turned in a CDC declaration? Are you?
No, I even told them about it and they did not.
Okay. Okay. That's good. And everything looks clear here. I am setting a bond for appeal at $1,135. And the judgment is for $2,190. And I am signing this today, January 19th, January 2021.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And do we have anything further this morning?
I do not know, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. You may go.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye now.
And Celeste, if you just want to give me a call here in like 11, then we can go over that John Miller case and I'll see if I can't still get that to happen this afternoon.
Yes, ma'am. I'll call you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, Judge, the last case that we have is case number 434. It's Tanglewood Apartments against a Twyla Peeler. And she does have a witness. I don't know if he's still on here because I had him on here, but he's not now. So we've got Savannah from Tanglewood Apartments representing Tanglewood, and then we have Twyla Peeler.
Okay. Okay, and have both of you been sworn in this morning?
Yes.
And Ms. Peeler?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Miss Savannah, you are representing Tanglewood Apartments and seeking to evict Twyla Peeler
Yes, sir.
from 2801 Slide Road, unit number 23.
Yes, sir.
Okay. On what grounds are you seeking the eviction this morning?
Lease violations.
Lease violations. Okay. What is the monthly rent amount?
$700 a month.
$700 a month. They are not behind on rent?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, okay, but you are not seeking any judgment on back rent?
No, sir.
Okay, and what lease violations are you seeking the eviction on?
I have her on lease violations for non-authorized occupants, disturbing noises, damages to my property, noise complaints, obnoxious behavior. They were fighting outside of my apartment complex, drinking, being intoxicated. Those are the violations.
Okay. Miss Peeler, you may present your defense this morning.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Yes, Miss Peeler, you may present your defense this morning.
Okay. Your Honor, what she's saying is totally false. Ever since I gave her that CDC declaration, then I started getting violations. There is no way that I drink outside my apartment. There is no other occupant living with me. So I'm not understanding why all of a sudden this is happening, because everything that she's put on my door didn't come till after I gave her the CDC declaration.
Tell me.
There is no damages to the apartment. I moved here in October. 2 days after I got here, I went to open the window in the kitchen, and it was stuck, and I forced it open, and it broke. That is the only thing that broke in here. They came and fixed it in the middle of last month. To this day, I informed her that the window still will not open. So I will not even try. I tried to open it, and I will not even force it to open because I don't want it to break and be accused of breaking a window. I can walk around the apartment. There is no damages to this apartment. I do not know anybody here. As far as my boyfriend living with me, no, sir. He comes over, but there is nobody that lives with me.
Okay.
I hate the fact that I'm not able to pay rent. I lost my job, and I'm doing everything that I can to come up with some money. I just pawned my laptop to pay the light bill because that was the only violation that I was afraid of. Because if the lights get cut off, that is a violation to my lease. But other than that, Your Honor, there is no damages. I'm not causing any problems.
And you have filed the CDC declaration.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Have
sir.
you met all the, you've attempted to make partial payments. You've met all the criteria?
Yes, sir.
I've
called 211. I've called the places here because I've only been here 3 months in this state. So
how much?
I'm stressed out.
Well, Miss Beeler, did you pay the first month's rent?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then since then, and that you said you moved in October?
Yes, sir. And I lost my job.
You lost your job. And
yes.
So then November and December, you've not made any payments?
And no, sir, I have not. I haven't. I've been trying. I've been looking for any kind of resource. I even reached out to Miss Savannah and asked her, do she know of any other places that were helping to pay rent? She never responded. I have it in emails.
Okay, let me tell both of you because the CDC declaration has been filed, I am abating this until after January 31st. But let me tell you both about, and you'll need to check into this. This is something that landlords and tenants work on together. It's the Texas Eviction Diversion Program. It is good for both tenant and landlord if you could work together on this, because it can give payment to the landlord, and it can, of course, keep a tenant from being evicted.
Yes, sir. What is that called again?
It's the Texas Eviction Diversion Program. Miss Savannah, are you aware of that?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay. Have you gathered information on that?
No, sir, I haven't.
Okay. There are income requirements. You would need to, of course, look at that to see that. For a single person, the limited income is $25,520. And of course, there are proof requirements on that. Is that a possibility, Ms. Peeler, that you would be under that amount from, say, your 2019 tax return?
Yes, sir.
Would you be under that number?
Yes, sir, I will.
Okay. In 2019?
2019. What is this? I'm sorry.
We're in
yes, in 2019. Yes, sir.
Right, because 2019 would be the last tax return that would be filed. We're just
yes, sir.
2020 tax returns right now. Then I would encourage both of you during this period. You have until January 31st. Then we will rehear this case after January 31st because of the CDC declaration. And
Your Honor.
Yes,
if I may. So she did give me a CDC that ended in December, but the reason the reason I'm trying to get her evicted is my residents beside her do not feel safe with her around and the fighting. I've had nothing but issues with her since she's been here. I've attempted to try to contact her many times for proof that she lost her job, proof of payment. As the CDC required, she would not give me anything. She's caused nothing but issues here. I have residents that no longer want to live here and are breaking leases because of all the incidents that are happening between her and her boyfriend.
Have there been any?
Your Honor, Your Honor, that is not true.
Hold on.
That is not true. I don't.
Hold
okay,
on.
I'm sorry.
Ms. Peeler.
Yes, sir.
With Miss Savannah right now.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Have there been any police reports or any, do you have witnesses, of this?
I have witnesses. Police have came out, from what I know, 3 times. One, due to her being so intoxicated, she could not get in the door. She made a sexual advance at my maintenance man, who was very upset. The officer, he did have to come get a key and open the door for her. I've had where they called, a resident called for the fighting outside, to where the resident did not want to go outside because they were afraid to go to work.
That proof would have need to have been presented today for me to hear the case. And
Okay.
witnesses, etc. And so based on the CDC declaration, I am putting this off until after January 31st. You will both then reappear. We will rehear everything after January 31st, and all evidence from both sides will need to be presented at that time.
Yes, sir.
And there will be, the judgment will be made that day if witnesses cannot appear, or if evidence cannot be presented, then the judgment will be based on what is presented. And that is my warning to both parties.
Yes, sir. Because that is just totally untrue. But okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I'll let you know that.
We are abated until after January 31st.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. We are, do we have anything further, Ms. Savannah?
No, that's everything. A lot of my tenants want to name anonymous. So, I mean, is a written statement by them okay, or?
Notarized statements, yes, you would need to have notarized statements, and as strong an evidence as you can present. Police reports, those type of things are, of course, very good.
Okay, is there anything that I can do about her basically showing proof that of her loss of job and why she's not paying rent or anything? She will not make payment arrangements with me, and I tried to work with her since October.
Your Honor, that is not true. I went over to the office because I have text messages and emails. I went over to the office. I had laryngitis and I couldn't speak.
You were screaming.
And,
hold on just a moment. Do not speak over one another, and do not speak to each other.
Yes, sir.
What we are doing is this hearing is abated until after January 31st. All evidence from both sides will need to be presented at that time. And if whichever side presents the most compelling, most convincing evidence, that is the side that will win.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
and
sir.
we are finished this morning. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. You have a good day.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Okay, Judge. Case number 435.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't know if my earbuds were plugged in. Give me just a second. Hello, Chris. Are you with Calix Property LLC? 429. Go ahead and unmute yourself for me. Okay, with Calix Properties?
Yes.
Okay. All right, perfect. And Judge, he was not sworn in earlier.
Okay.
When we did the swearing in at the beginning. He got in late. Brittany Kennedy is the defendant, and I have a no-show for her.
No show on that. Okay. And Chris, you are representing Calix Properties?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You'll raise your right hand, please, to be sworn in this morning. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, thank you. Then you are representing Calix Properties. Am I pronouncing that right, Calix?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You are seeking to evict Brittany Kennedy and all other occupants from 2516 31st Street.
Yes, Your Honor.
And on what grounds are you seeking this eviction?
Non-payment of rent.
Non-payment of rent. I'm showing a monthly rent of $1,000. Is that correct?
That is
How much in back rent are you seeking?
$5,000.
That is 5 months rent?
5 months rent.
$5,000. And are you aware of a CDC declaration having been filed?
Yes.
Has one been filed?
CDC. What does that stand for?
The Center for Disease Control have put a moratorium, a federal moratorium on evictions related to COVID.
Oh, okay.
I'm not showing that there's been a declaration filed.
Okay. If none has been filed and you're not aware of anything pending in that line, you don't think that this is a case of COVID that has caused this, okay? Then based on lack of a CDC declaration, I'm proceeding with the eviction and setting the bond at $1,000, 1 month's rent. The judgment will be for the $5,000 plus the court costs. And I am signing that today, January 19th, 2021. And do we have any further business today?
This is the only one I have, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you very much then. I appreciate it. And you may be dismissed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Judge, you're done. Cancel off of the YouTube, and then you can close out.
Huh?